Hey everybody, we're just going to wait a second so everybody can get on and see. Hopefully this is working this time. I didn't think it was last time, so I stopped it, and then that's where we were. Okay, so I'm just going to check in real quick. Okay, I think we're good. Yay! Okay, so I just need a place where I can see your questions. So let me try and figure this out. Chat function. Okay. I'm going to add a chat on the side. I don't get to see your cute faces, so this is not as much fun. Can somebody type in the chat and just see if that's working? Actually, everybody who can see me, will you type your name or just say, I see you, so I know that we're good? Okay, I'm playing around with, nope, don't want that. Okay, well, I feel like I'm talking to myself now. This is not as much fun as a regular Google Hangout. But this way it'll be recorded, so anybody who wasn't on the call, they can see it. So sorry for the delay, everybody. Okay, couple things I want to get started to talk about. First of all, you are each here because there's something special about you. You're acting like a leader, you're doing the right things, and so you got invited to this call for a reason, because Cami saw something in you. And so I want you to just like take a second, pat yourself on the back and be like, yeah, I'm doing this right. You're going to be a leader in 2016. If you're not already a leader, you're going to be a leader. And we're going to talk about what it takes to be a successful leader and ultimately how to develop more leaders, because that's how our compensation plan works, is we are incentivized by finding and building and developing other leaders. And it's just a beautiful plan. I love it all. Okay, so before we get to all of that, I want to just remind you guys that we have an incentive trip that will be coming up later this year, and we get to find out in about a week where that will be and what the parameters for qualifying for that are. So some of you might be thinking, oh, I'm not going to sell this month because I want all my sales to be next month to go towards that, you know, the cruise qualifications. And that's going to be a little bit about what we're talking about tonight in being a successful leader and in general. It's all about mindset. So that kind of thinking is what we would call distributor thinking. And so distributor thinking is a little bit more limited. It's all about like, okay, what can I handle? What's for me? And then leader thinking sees like the bigger picture and has a bigger perspective on things. And so I want you guys to see that. And hopefully by seeing that, you'll understand that what you guys do this month will set you up for success in the months to come. Okay, so we've got the incentive trip coming up. That means this month is really crucial for building your team. Sponsoring in January is just the perfect month because people are, you know, they're setting goals and they're getting excited about fresh new beginnings. They're a little more driven. They probably have some bills to pay off too. So starting a new business is a great way for them to accomplish all of those goals. Let's see if there's anything else that I was gonna cover right out the gate. I think we're good there. So again, I want to talk about your mindset and kind of a different mindset between what I mentioned before, the distributor thinking and the leadership thinking. So, you know, I did another company before Unique, and in that company, I was an awesome salesperson. I was doing parties, you know, several parties a week. I had the best sales in, like, I think in my state. Like, I was just selling like crazy. And my upline and another sideline, they didn't sell quite as much, but they focused on just recruiting and duplicating. And I was working so hard, and they were making way more money than I was, and they were building this massive team. And I was kind of like, I didn't want other people in my area doing what I was doing, because then I would have a harder time finding parties. And so I had this limited thinking of like a distributor, like, no, I want it all for myself, and so I'm not going to share it with other people. I didn't have that leadership mindset at the time, and now I can see, like, okay, I did that all wrong. And so, you know, this time around, you know, I'm still all about sales, but I share this with other people. And not only do I share, but I help them implement the same tools and to duplicate that process over and over, because we only have so many hours in a day. So yeah, you can make 25% commission on all of your sales, but, you know, making 3, 4, 5, 6% on hundreds and thousands of people, it really adds up. And pretty soon that income is going to surpass what you can do all on your own. So it's all about leveraging your time. So when it comes to mindset, I want you to think about how you react in certain situations. How do you react internally when someone tells you no? Are you like inside like, oh, I'm failing miserably at this? And most people think that, you know, here's me, here's the yes, and here's the no. Like, here's success and here's failure. And they think that they're in between. And if they hear that no, that means that they're getting close to failure. And so, okay, whatever I'm doing there, I need to turn around and go the other way. When in fact, it's you and then those no's that get you to that success. And so if you're not succeeding, it's because you're not failing enough. And I know that sounds like a crazy concept, but I want you guys to be going for no. So when it comes to your goals that you're setting for yourself, we typically set yes goals. Like, okay, I want, you know, 5 new team members this month. I want 500 in sales. And so what happens when you reach those goals? You stop, right? So, oh, okay, I already hit my 500 this month, or 2,000, or whatever that is. And so I'm good for the month, and I'm going to wait till next month. But when you set no goals, and when I say no goals, I don't mean 0. I mean goals for how many no's that you hear. It's going to totally change all of that. So if you say, I want to get 5 no's every day, that means I'm going to talk to however many people it takes to hear no 5 times. That could be 5 people. That could be 100 people. And so it just opens up like the parameters of what is possible. And it makes hearing the word no a success. And you're going to be cheering yourself on. Every time you get a no, you're like, yeah, okay, I'm like 1 step closer to my goal. So now instead of when you hear a no, you're not thinking that you're failing. You're thinking you're that much closer to success. So I want you to really think about that and change the goals that you've written for 2016 and start setting it up with no goals. N-O, like hearing the word no. So let's go for those goals. Okay, so and kind of like thinking back, like when you're a kid and you hear no, I have a toddler. When I tell her no, it doesn't bother her. Like she's, you know, she actually, it kind of fuels her. She works a little harder about trying to get what she wants, and it doesn't like bust her, you know, her mentality or feeling of success at all. And so as we grow up and in life, we hear the word no, we relate it to like this terrible thing and failure. And really, if you talk to the people that have the best sales, they are probably hearing no more than other people. So it's about, offering that opportunity to people who are starting out big and working your way down. So keep that in mind too. When you have team members, if you don't teach them this, typically people will only hear no a few times before they give up. So it's like half the people give up after they've heard it the first time. They'll be like, oh, I'm just no good at this. And then after they hear no 2 or 3 more times, then they're like, okay, this just isn't for me. I'm done. But when you let them know, like, okay, it's okay to hear the word no, and that's how we get to those successes, then we are going to cheer them on, and we're going to celebrate all those no's, because those are going to get you closer to your goal. All right. Something else I want to talk about too with that distributor thinking versus a leader thinking. Let's say, for example, a back order situation, which actually Unique is experiencing right now. We have an incredible product that everybody wants. We blew through like 6 months of inventory in just a few weeks. Some of those products, yes, you can order them, but you can't get them for a month or 2. And so how do you look at that situation? Do you look at it and be like, oh my gosh, what's going on with our company? Like, why can't they figure this out? Like, how do we not have these products? Or do you look at it like, wow, we have an incredible product that everybody wants. Like, can you believe that we have sold so many, like thousands and thousands of units, and we've got celebrities talking about it, and people that aren't paid to talk about it, and everybody's sharing it. Everybody wants this. You guys, you would not believe how many messages I get a day about people asking me, like, do you have this? Do you have that? And rather than saying, no, I don't, sorry, I say, I can tell you how you can get it, and I can let you know what you can use in the meantime. So I've had really great sales already. It's only been a week. And I've already got close to $1,000 in sales, because I have been selling everybody BB cream and powder, and then they're adding on their liquid foundation to that order. And they get free shipping for that order. And then also, as soon as that product is back in stock, they're going to get it right away. And they don't have to pay shipping on that order either. So it's all about how you view these situations. If somebody makes a human mistake, do you get all bent out of shape about it and be like, okay, can't believe that happened. Like, this is a terrible company, or, it could be nothing related to business, just in life in general. Think about how you react in situations. So if you've got something terrible or crazy going on in your life right now, I want you to write it down, and I want you to, put like a T column and say, this is how a distributor would think. This is how a leader thinks. And write down each scenario, and this will help you immensely. Okay, now how do we find leaders? Because ultimately, our compensation plan pays us to find leaders. And that doesn't mean that we're going to go over to XYZ company and find their leader and steal them and come over and bring them over to our company. We're going to take the people that are already drawn to our products in our company and that are already with us, and we are going to find the people that want this. And so how do we do that? So you are going to give little tests to people. What do I mean by that? So it might be like, okay, hey, Susie, I want to give you this book, and I want you to read it, and by next Friday, let's chat about it and tell me what you think. It could be something as simple as, when somebody first starts with you, it could be like, okay, I want you to go on your website and start a party and let me know when you've done that. So you can have a series of tasks that you have them do, and you will find the people that make excuses, and you will find the people that do it and want this, and those are your leaders. So all of you people are on this call because you passed a test. There was some parameter that Cami had that she said, anybody who does this, I'm inviting them on this call. So kudos to you for doing that. Okay. Oh, another cool thing. So on that back order thing, I wanted to mention, if you order a collection right now, this isn't something that's advertised, but it's something that you need to be sharing with your customers. But if they order a collection that has a back ordered item, then they are going to get the Shine Floss. And so that's $20 value right there. And plus all of our collections, they ship for free, and they're like 20% discount versus the retail price. So how do you think about this? How do you think about the product? How do you introduce it to your customer? Do you make it easy for them? Are you pushy? Are you selling? Or are you sharing? Are you giving a service and a benefit? So really that's how you're going to get those customers. That's how you're going to take somebody who is a customer and get them excited to join you on that team. It's not about being pushy at all, but about sharing how easy it is and how simple it is with the great products that we have. Okay, so I want to hear from you guys. This is way more fun when you guys all get to ask questions and we get to chat. So, Cami, can you type something in the chat? Can you guys even see the chat? Oh, wait, hold on. I don't know if that's working. So I'm going to go ahead and go to, let me find a question that somebody sent me ahead of time. If we're friends on Facebook, then go ahead, you can message it to me if the chat's not working. So Katie Clark asked me a question. She says, what is your favorite way to get a brand new presenter started? Is there a great getting started training video or document you always direct them to? The 90-day success plan. Okay, so that's a great question, Katie. So something that I think is helpful, and it's something that I'm working on, is to have a smaller group, because a lot of us, we use our Facebook groups to train people, and so we post videos there. I have a lot of information in the pin post in my training page to get started. But like I said, I give my new team members a few simple tasks at the beginning, and some of those would be, set up a party, to purchase 5 mascaras or whatever it is. If they want to buy a collection for themselves, something to get qualified, or to reach out to a few friends to get a few sales, that sort of thing. Order some business cards, whatever that is. You can have these few tasks to get them started, and so then okay, who is doing this because they're really interested in making a business out of this, and who just wants to get a discount on their products. Also, another thing that can do is, that you have a series of checklists in that smaller group, and then once they've completed all those tasks, then you can add them to the larger group, because sometimes it can be overwhelming if you take a new team member and then just like jump them into that larger group where there's all sorts of questions going on in there too. Any questions? Okay, Cami asked me to talk a little bit about numbers. So Oh, I forgot to mention, you also get the eyelash curler with any order of $50 or more, and then with the collection bags being on back order too. I guess you're getting Shine Class with those too. I didn't realize that those qualified as a product being out. So that's awesome. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm getting your questions answered. I'm not sure if the chat function is working. So I might hop over, I'm going to hop over on Facebook and see if there are any questions over there. Okay. I cannot see any of your comments, so I'm going to move this window over here and see. Okay. All right, I don't see any other questions. So I'm going to just answer one more thing that Cami wanted me to touch on. So she wanted me to kind of break things down by numbers for you guys. So I get asked a lot, like, okay, how many people do I need on my team to get to green? And really, there's not like a specific number for that, because it just really depends on the quality of leaders that you have on your team. So not everybody is going to have the same goal and mindset that you have. So you have the option of helping to teach them to change their mindset, or just work with the willing. Honestly, it's good to find those people that already want to do this and put your time with them. And so if you have a team of people that have 500 in PRS, that's personal retail sales, it will take approximately 27 of those people, or let's say 25, and then a few stragglers, for you to get the wholesale sales to get to green. If you have people that are just hobbyists, or that are just buying their own personal use products, you're going to need closer to 100 and 107 to be exact. But if you have solid leaders that are going out there and really pushing hard, and really what I do, what I've found that has helped me the most beyond parties, is I do a lot of one-on-one sessions. It's something that I can have people come and meet me at my house while my daughter's napping, or I can go to them. I bring my makeup kit, and we just play with makeup. It's simple and easy, and I can do a whole face or let them do it themselves, whatever they prefer. And that way they get to try out all of our products. And when I go from there and let them know, okay, what did you love? And we can figure out, okay, that's what this would cost if we got all of this stuff. And then I can show them, okay, here's a collection with most of these products in it at this discount. And that collection looks pretty dang amazing when you calculate all the discounts and the freebies in there. So if you start up here, it's so much easier to get, like a higher goal. Like, how do I word that? And typically, people will only say no a certain amount of times too. So if you're offering something to somebody, it's good to start with maybe the business opportunity, and then hosting a party, doing a one-on-one session, whatever it is. If you start with just the yeses, the easy stuff, yeah, you'll get lots of yeses of people wanting to buy mascara or onesie twosie things, but it's not going to really propel your business forward. So go for those one-on-one sessions. People love our products once they get to try them on. I almost always sell a collection when I do that. And it really, it doesn't take you very many collections to get 2,000 in sales. So if you've got people doing that, it only takes you and 6 other people with 2,000 in sales to reach Green Elite status. So finding those quality leaders will really propel you there. Okay, so I'm hearing a couple messages come in. Brandy, hold on one sec. Okay, Brandy says, what advice do you have for dealing with a very negative team member? Okay, so ultimately we have that goal of finding and building leaders. And when somebody's negative, ask them, how does that help you find leaders? So if they're complaining about like, well, so-and-so is doing this or that, help them see the other side. Help them see that perspective of a positive mindset, and let them know that, you know, they're, and do it by sharing stories like I shared before. If you just give them a lecture, it's going to make them defensive. But doing something like I just did now and showing them the difference between a distributor mentality and the leadership mentality, and say, you know, which would you prefer? Like, and you can put it out there just like that. So I'm trying to think of an example, but I can't think of one right this second. Deanna Conway says, are the steps outlined in the unique training emails a good way to help add new presenters to get started? Yes. So there on our website, there is like a training, like weekly courses. So you could say, hey, I want you to go on your website and go ahead and start doing that training. And once you've done that, let me know. And then we'll move to the next step. So that gives them a task, and you could give them one at a time. But it lets you know when they've completed those tasks, then you can move on to the next step. Good question. Okay, so when it's negativity towards themselves, like nobody wants to buy from me, nobody wants this or that, I'm not pretty enough. Okay, does anybody want to buy anything from like an Eeyore that's like, oh bother, like everything's terrible and so sad? And so think about that as you are projecting yourself in life, on social media, however that is, how you're portraying yourself, you are the brand. So, you know, we offer the same product. Essentially, each of us has this storefront through our websites that's virtual, that can be anywhere. So why do I want to purchase from this person versus that person? What makes you special? We all have something unique and fun about us. And maybe it's that you offer great customer service. Maybe that it's that, you know, you don't pressure somebody. You guys, I get a lot of customers, and it's kind of sad. I'll have people say like, oh, well, I know this girl that sells it, but she's like super annoying about it, so I don't want to buy from her. And they'll come to me and buy it. And I'm like, okay, like, I don't know this other person, but so if you aren't portraying yourself in a positive light, if you're like using swear words on your website or bashing people, like constantly getting in fights, or if you're just like always posting about the drama in your life, it's not attractive. So think about, it's really attraction marketing. It's not about saying like, buy this lip gloss for $29. It might be, you know, me out in the soccer field like, and showing off this amazing lipstick or something like that. So be creative with the way that you're selling. It doesn't have to be super salesy. Okay, so this was supposed to be a 30-minute call, and because we got started late, we're getting close to 9 o'clock, so I don't want to take up your whole night, but yes, attraction marketing video. Oh, I'll have to check that out, Katie says. Okay, well, maybe a hangout would have been even more fun because then I could see each of your faces. But I will stop the recording on this. If you have any other questions, you can go ahead and ask them in the group page. But I look forward to getting to know each of you guys and helping you become leaders and building more leaders on your team. So have a great evening. Bye.